Y'all ready to talk about some news?
Maybe.
Ladies and gentlemen. The good news. Well, first things first, you got to deal with the most important news of the day. And as I have stated before, and I'm going to restate now, the chicken sandwich controversy seems to have subsided. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't seem to be the same preoccupation with chicken sandwiches today. I must admit, I posted alternative chicken sandwiches like these two vegan chicken sandwiches, and I was reminded by my good friend Audrey, who said you could gain weight on all that vegan shit.
Wow. Wow.
But I want you to know, Vic, and we had the chicken sandwich.
Oh,
Vic, has your opinion changed?
It's the same.
Same,
Vic. It's the same because, the one that you got, the one that we got, and we got it mixed up. You wanted the spicy, and I wanted the other. Is that the one you're referring to? Or is
yes, Vic. You got my spicy.
Yeah, I got your spicy.
You got my spicy.
I think if you had the spicy, I think you would have had a stronger opinion and more thumbs up because it did have a little bite back. Yeah. A little bit.
The chicken sandwich, I want you to know, what it basically proves is what many of you have been saying. If you take a piece of fried chicken from your mom or anybody else and slap it between two pieces of bread, it beats all those chicken sandwiches.
That's cool.
And it does.
Yeah.
It does. All right. So in world news, one of the things that crossed my desk was amazing was Cuba taking a lead on acknowledging the vestiges of racism. This is the way they put it. And launching programs to fight it. Cuba's government, and this is according to Reuters, has launched a specific program to combat racism, acknowledging a problem that even Fidel Castro had acknowledged and tried to eliminate after the 1959 leftist revolution. And what they've been saying is that, and this is according to the Culture Vice Minister Fernando Rojas, who told a cabinet meeting, according to state-run media on this past Friday, he said, "Everyone recognizes our revolution has been the social and political process that has probably done most to eliminate racial discrimination. But there are still some vestiges that are not in our society because of policy that are rather anchored in the culture of a group of people." Wow. Mm-hmm. See, and they're acknowledging the connection between Cuba and certain African populations. Go take a look. Got to give it up to Cuba for at least confronting racism today. And I bring that up because it's going to get us into the other stuff dealing with Trump. Because we're headed now, right now you have a week off. Everybody's off for the holidays, so there's no hearings. Last week, Vic had asked me, he said, well, is that the end of it? And I was like, no, that's not the end of it. But then I go on the line, Vic, that was exactly what everybody else was asking. Is that the end of it? Is that the end of it?
Because they were talking about it.
And no one really, okay, so specifically they say, and let me say the way they don't have any more witnesses to call at this moment.
Right.
They're moving into formulating the articles. But should things arise, I guess the point would be they might rise to that occasion.
Well, Newz. Yeah, it should rise after Newz, right?
Dirty Devin, I pointed that out because documents that were released now are showing that Devin Nunes is actually could work. Okay, let me give you the one. Okay, wait. Now let me give it to you exactly. First of all, remember Lev
Parnas?
Yeah, Lev Hart. So Giuliani's Russians have just passed over to the House Judiciary Committee, Vic. I just heard about this last night. Mm-hmm. They passed over documents supposedly including videos and everything else to show that they worked with Giuliani to connect him with folks about the Biden campaign.
Yeah, they got that wonderful thing where they get to go. They get to travel to Europe, and they're not required to give specificity. So, that great. So I just want you guys to know that Republicans and Democrats can take advantage of this. So yeah, but I always believe you get caught, you get caught. So he goes over there, and I go, well, wait a minute, don't you guys document this? Is all they're required to do They say, I'm flying over to Europe. That's it. That's it. I said, oh, damn. Let's roll.
Such is the state of the impeachment. As we know, last week, just so many people coming forward, so many wonderful patriots who are so incredibly believable came forward to corroborate the complaints against the president. Enough to which it's amazing to me that I still have people. Some of the people in my Facebook postings are posting stuff about the Democrats and the legal. You know, what is it about Trump supporters that they could never talk about Trump? I don't get it. Y'all are so busy kissing his ass that you can't even talk about him. We ask you something about Trump, and you talk about Hillary. We ask you something about Trump, and you start talking about illegal immigrants and the Dem. No, forget all that. What about the most prolific liar in the history of recorded history? President Trump, Donald Trump is the most prolific liar in all of recorded world history. And some of y'all still support him. I'm amazed because, you know, I put up stuff about Trump and stuff, and they go like, well, the Dems and the immigrants. I'm like, what the hell does the Dems and the immigrants have to do with that? But that's okay. Go on, Ed, and some of the other folks with them comments. They're so ridiculous. So I made a point that some of the comments are just, I'm going to start going, too stupid to respond. Okay. I don't feel bad about insulting their comments because they should get some blowback off of their comments. And at least they should be able to tolerate the fact that we say their comments are stupid. Okay? So now when you guys post stupid comments, I'm going to say, well, that's a stupid comment. And so we getting a bunch of those. It's just coming. So that goes on. So the president right now is not even, he's just taking his stance. And remember, since he's, one of the great things is the president is leading his own defense, which means it'll be incompetent. Okay? And then people are talking about, well, you can't, there's still, the base is not changing. Okay, let me help everybody. The president's base is not going to change. For all the white folks out there, let me help you. This is the core group of bigots in the United States. They are proud to be bigots. They don't want to know the truth. They never have. Now they're 40% of the American populace. They used to be 90% of the American populace. Now, thanks to the wonders of death and disease, they're down to 40% of the American populace. So we know that with continued time, the rest of them will die off, okay? And the world will be a better place. So you need to give up. Forget winning over Trump people. Forget it. What you should be doing is trying to drive them into the dirt. Just beat them. Just beat them. Forget winning them over. You're not going to win them over. Listen, that's what Trump said. They're sticking with him because they've always done. The code line is white bigotry. And that's what they're standing up for. That's the code. Every black person understands the code that's being taught. It's always been the same. It's always been the most patriotic Americans are always the most racist. That's the way it's always been. That's the history. You know, as a black person, when you walk into a place and they have a flag up, right? What do you think when you're black and you walk into an establishment and they have a flag? You know they don't like black people. Why? Because, again, patriotism and racism seems to go hand in hand. Always has. And let me tell you something else that goes hand in hand with patriotism and racism. Religion, specifically Christianity. The racists always burn crosses, wear crosses, swear on the Bible, and then kill you. Okay? That's what they do. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it is now. So we need to forget winning over Trump people and just beat them. Just beat them. Stop even worrying about them. When Hillary called them the deplorables, that's what they are. Who gives a shit what they think? Okay? You know, that's the slow group. Slow group, okay? I'm sorry. That's what it is. And the best thing about them is the natural history that God made us all mortal. So one day, I wonder what it must be like to think that you dying means the world moves forward.
It's thought the same way on the other side.
Well, that's because they're dum-dums. You know, like they're dum-dums. And I want to say to all the Trump supporters, Head Start is doing a wonderful job.
Now, you going to be talking to some of your family members real soon, man?
Remember I told you.
Yeah, I know.
At nothing at the time.
Nothing, right. I got you, man.
At
Hey, look, that's okay, you know. History is full of these follies where a majority of followers just believe this is the new cleansing. So, you know how that goes, man.
We're going to be cleansing. In fact, we're cleansing out more of the military because right now, you just had it, Richard Spencer was fired by your defense secretary on Sunday. The secretary of the Navy was fired because he disagreed with the president's attempt to intervene in a SEAL case. They had a Navy SEAL who was known for his cruelty. He had multiple instances where he was charged with just firing weapons indiscriminately, killing people, killing children. He posed with a dead body. Mm-hmm. He did a bunch of things that are outside of the discipline of the military. And for that, the military held him accountable. Well, the president intervened in that, reinstated his rank, and tweeted opposition to his discipline. And as all of this led to opposition coming back from the chief of the U.S. Navy, who has now released a letter to president talking about he would not continue to serve because it was not compatible with his views on good order and discipline. So give it up to him.
Yeah.
Good Americans quit. And so the news continues. Ladies and gentlemen,